I'm David Volk, a voice of the resistance, albeit a strange and silly one. Today's post, I go into the Wayback Machine for danger. There's a family denial of service dead ahead. Does this make me a bad parent? It's funny. If I understand it correctly, on the internet, there's such a thing as a denial of service attack, where someone hacks a site at such a level that an internet service provider has to either slow or stop responding to requests because the traffic is too great. As a parent, I am currently contemplating something similar for the exact opposite reason. I may end up denying services to one of my kids because there's no traffic at all. Oh, sure, I'll keep on providing the basics like food and shelter and standard stuff, but that's it until I see some response to basic requests. Like throwing wrappers away when you've made a microwavable popcorn or a frozen burrito, cleaning up dishes after you've eaten, changing the toilet paper roll so your sibling isn't left high and not so dry after going to the bathroom, that sort of thing. There was a time when I would make the favorite dish of one of our children the same day every week, even though it took a bit longer than oatmeal or eggs, because said child liked it, and it might even mark that start of a few minutes out of a morning when most of the rest of the communication comes in the form of grunts or streams of unconnected swear words for no particular reason. The cursing is bad enough, but what makes it worse is that the child doesn't really know how to do it properly. When I had to ask them a question a second time yesterday because they didn't hear it the first time, they responded by calling me a slut. While slut isn't necessarily a curse word, it does beg the question whether or not they know what the hell they're saying, or whether they're just saying curse words to get a reaction. As a guy, I could be wrong, but I don't think I can be a slut. A gigolo, yes, but a slut? I don't think so. Is there such a thing as a man slut or a man whore? And if there is that really the same thing? They've also called me a bitch, which again puzzles me because I'm neither a female dog nor a female. For the most part, I suffer these attacks in silence, but as a journalist who knows his way around profanity, I am saddened by their amateurish swearing. I mean, if you want the words to have an impact, you can't just saturate your sentences with them, leaving little room for subject, verbs, and objects. No, you need to fucking save them, damn it, and use them sparingly for maximum impact. I mean, shit, who the hell taught them how to swear anyway? Oh yeah, that's right, Seattle Public Schools. Amateurs. They don't even use the words creatively. It's F this, effing that, and FFF. Over the last few years, I've come to realize that swearing is just loud, lazy language. It's a way of calling attention to yourself without actually saying anything, or at least anything interesting. And if that's the case, this child has plenty not to say. At a very high volume. I myself would prefer something a bit more elegant with some bite to it. Heck, if I had my way, I would opt for something along the lines of up your nasal passages with the juices from a Caligarium elasticus, to the 1970s exclamation, up your nose with a rubber hose, or even illegitimine on carborundum, to don't let the bastards get you down. But that's not the point of this post, is it? No, the point is, I'm not exactly sure anymore. Oh yes, denial of service. I know kids are lazy. As hard as it is to believe, I was once one myself. But there are limits. It's one thing to not empty the dishwasher. It's another entirely to empty the appliance by putting everything in the cabinet closest to the dishwasher, even if it doesn't belong there. Yes, I know that kids will always claim that their friends do far less than we require our kids to do, and that said children from other families are allowed to do social media and video games 25 hours a day, 8 days a week. And I have to say, good for those kids and their families. Obviously, they must have won the parent lottery. Unfortunately, our complaining child didn't do as well and got stuck with the likes of me. Yes, I also understand that tasks like taking out the garbage and scooping the dog's poop aren't a lot of fun. But isn't that why we have kids in the first place? So that we don't have to do it? Truth be told, they have far fewer chores than I did growing up. But take more prompting just to do one task, no matter how small. And they are far less likely to do whatever the task actually is, even after all that effort. As a result, I find myself wanting to do less and less at a time when one of them is finishing fewer and fewer tasks while rudely demanding more and more. They haven't yet noticed the work slowdown because they're so busy complaining about everything that they never really see, anything that doesn't affect them in the moment, so it will likely take a long time for them to figure it out. And when they finally ask why I'm not providing them with the same level of attention as before, I'll just deny it. It is my own form of a denial of service attack, after all, just a very low-tech one. I've been David Volk, a voice of the resistant, albeit a strange and silly one.